take it back. Or we could just transfer it, no, man. Fade to black. It's green, though. Oh, no. I'm looking at this camera on. That's the fade to black. So when you switch between cameras, switch to the other camera real quick. What's up, what's up, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Enterprise Podcast. Y'all know what time it is, man. We just had the inauguration. There's a lot of stuff going on in the news. People getting massacred. People getting massacred out here. These girls and these car girls, that's what I'm going to call them. These car girls, yeah, the Instagram models.
Them hoes.
They hoes.
I mean, a 304. Yeah, we lost an OG. The day we lost Mr. George Black. We call him Black Dog. He gonna be missed. Sad today. 87, 88 years in the game.
Whew. He was, man.
Still running around here like a young kid.
Like a young thug. Hats off to Black Dog, man. Black Dog was an inspiration. He always looked out for me, man, believed in me. That dude, he gonna be missed. It ain't too many like him. You know, he was a solid dude, man, and still with that shit. So yeah, he got the Gators on.
Sweatpants from Gators.
I wonder was any money in the sock.
Somebody came up.
Somebody got about 10,000 out of the sock.
Somebody came up.
And they got a cell phone out of the sock. Because you gonna keep your phone. You be calling no Black Dog. Ain't no telling, man. We gotta go down there and get his truck, though.
Wow.
Man.
Wow. Wait, what did he say he came home with?
He came home from prison. He had 180,000.
Yeah, that's Black Dog.
And
ain't no telling.
Hey, when they say can't stop, won't stop, refuse to stop.
That's the definition.
That was Black Dog.
of
Black
it,
Dog
man.
was in the pen rolling.
Oh, Black Dog.
I can't even speak on Black Dog
right now. Black Dog, hey man, it's like
So
I got
much
an
knowledge.
opportunity to sit with this guy, man, and he would just say some of the flyest shit to put things in perspective. And the one thing I know, man, he believed in this. He believed in his production. He believed in his podcast. He believed in us so much that, man, he would always have the right things to say, man. Being a hustler, it's just so much love and respect. I haven't even known him as long as these dudes, but I'm telling you, if you would have met him, his smile is infectious, man, and he just got this way about him because he a real ass player. You know what I'm saying?
Real soft and smooth like a
Yeah,
pimp.
like
all
a
the
straight
time.
up pimp.
And he's so rooted in the game, he's never call you by your real
Man, nah. Now he would hit me with the Dante. What else he'd call me? He'd call
Hey,
me
Mike.
this dude, Mike.
I'm Mike.
Or Mike. Everybody, Mike. Hey, Mike.
You never get somebody real name from Black Dog.
Right,
So if
right.
somebody told you Black Dog, said your name to the police, they lying.
Lying like your name is
He
Mike.
won't even call you by your name.
Mike, what up, Mike? Man, that dude, cold player, man. Cold player.
Man.
Gonna be
You
missed.
guys,
Man,
damn.
I remember one night I took my brother, they were having a birthday dinner for my brother. So we're at the restaurant, so, Black Dog, always Black Dog. Black Dog always want to pay for something. Black Dog like, man, I got that Duke. Let me pay for yours, right? So Black Dog went in the sock and he come out with a knot. So the little young bro go see him and talk about, you need some help with that? Black said, no, I don't need no help with this. He said, I need some help getting some more. He said, you want to help me get some more? I told him, I said, you messing with the wrong one. I'm like, Black Dog, hey, he ain't that what you thinking.
Man.
Black Dog hurry up and told him, he said, no, I don't need no help with this. I need you to help me get some more.
Black Dog can still get on the road and go get it.
Man, you be looking for Black Dog, 87 years old, and drive to Birmingham, Alabama, still going
Gonna get it.
going to get it. I said, Black Dog, when you gonna retire?
Never.
He said, when God called me.
Yep, that's it.
Man, you know, I just seen Black Dog about 7:30 in the morning. It was Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, and he pulled up and looked at me. He said, Whitey, what's up? I said, I don't know where you been. He said, you know me, I'm doing what I do. I said, stop nodding. He said, not right now. I ain't got all of it yet, but I'm going to get it right now.
Man.
And that was the last conversation I had with Black Dog. And a whole lot of people sit back and say, Whitey, what was Black Dog to you? Well, I can say it. I knew Black Dog as a kid. Excuse me. And he always looked at me and used to laugh like, oh, you a trick. I looked at him like, nah, I'm just playing against some players. And that's all there is, a whole lot of players. And as the years went down and everything came full circle, he said, nigga, they taught you good. I said, he said, Big Daddy taught you good. I said, yeah, Red taught me good. He's like, yeah, they giving you all the water. I said, nah, I know how to make it now. Yeah, he's like, well, keep on making it, young player.
I don't believe you know how to make it no more. I think you might have forgot over the years.
You know what?
I don't think you good like you say you is.
I really, really retired from that part of the world.
You ain't never retired, just the military. You might think you retired, but when you get called back for a duty, you gotta come back.
Trump might call him back.
Yeah, Trump might call you back.
Well,
Hitler called his people back to make him something.
I'm not Hitler. I ain't taking no orders. I know how. See, you
What you talking about? You ain't taking none? You mean you ain't giving none?
you don't know how it feel. You don't know how it feel, right? But when those people walk you in the courtroom at 12 o'clock in the daytime, and they say the indictment is sealed, and then they go set you in a corner like you in school, you know, and you just looking down like, what the fuck you guys doing? Then they pull you back up and say, oh, we open an indictment, then you see 19 people on it. You don't know how that feel. So I'm retired because I don't want to know how that feel again.
I don't want to feel like
I know the feeling. We down in Mississippi. They done grabbed us up and put us in jail. They ain't even told us what no charges is. We in jail 5 days before they even talk to us. We just in jail. All we got was some food through a slot.
See,
Did somebody start telling in 5 days?
No, ain't no telling.
Nobody tell. What happened was they came in there, they put me in a single cell, put Charles in a single cell, they put the rest of them all together. So they come in there on a Sunday night, late Sunday night. They pulled me out of the cell and pulled Charles, took us, walked us in the courtroom made on to the jail. Walked us in front of the judge say, you know what y'all in here for? We like, no, we been in here, nobody told us nothing, Your Honor. He said, well, y'all in here for drug trafficking. That's what you're in here for. Now, you go back in the back and you tell the rest of them, you go book your friends. Told them to go do their job.
Go let them know what's
Oh,
going
man.
So wait a minute. I need to know, did y'all book?
We ain't book them. We told them.
You told them what we was in here for.
We in jail. they say, the judge say, he'll talk to us. He say, if y'all ain't got no bail money, we got to stay in jail till the grand jury come back because we missed the grand jury. The grand jury only come once a year, and we had missed it. So if we ain't had no bail money,
Y'all would have been stuck.
we stuck in jail until they come back.
What was you at in Jackson, Mississippi?
Pascagoula.
Oh, Pastor.
yeah. Well, that's when they came and picked me up.
Yeah, you know, I understand those kind of stories, right? Because I walked in the what they call a probation office. Walked in, they looked at me. I'm like, "What's going on?" They said, "Come in the back." And when I came in the back, they had those 3 letters waiting on me, right? I'm looking, I'm scratching my head. I said, "Where's your car?" "I don't have a car." Dude said, "His brother out there." Walked my brother back to the back. "What you guys want?" "Oh, you guys indicted in Colorado, Minnesota, and Tennessee."
Damn, and that was just going to see a probation officer.
This, you know, I understand what you're saying, but they didn't tell me to book myself.
Man,
Book yourself.
we was on tour. They had us on tour.
You was singing?
Man, wasn't no singing. They say they want you over here, they want you over there. I don't know what y'all talking about. I ain't never been over there. Then they show me a picture and say, "Well, who is this?" I don't know who that is. A picture of me. I say, I ain't never seen before in my life. Who is that?
Hey, look, this ain't no, this is crazy shit, right? The whole lot of guys don't know nothing about the feds. They talk that shit. But the feds, when they indict you, they don't have nothing on you when they indict you. They got some grand jury testimony. So you walk in, they take you in a little room, and they start taking pictures of you. Click, click. You're like, "What you doing?" They said, "You got to put your name on this." "What are you talking about?" They said, "Nobody don't know your name, so we got to show them who you are."
Yeah.
So they take you on that long journey. And when they get finished, like a year later, they done put all the evidence together.
Wait, so
Eh,
the investigation start when you indicted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you just stop,
Stop what?
whatever it was that you
No, they
It's too late.
it's too late.
Yeah,
Because they got somebody saying that it's like a case before a case. You get what I'm saying? So it's like all they doing is they're trying to prove without reasonable doubt. So it ain't they gonna get
so they got 2 years of investigation on you already.
yeah, they already working.
No, see, that's a misconception. They got some shit like this on you. Like, some dudes walk up in like Iowa, right? And nobody never seen them. But there's some people outside, some whores seen them before, and they done took the whores to jail for some traffic tickets or something. And the whores say, "I know who's selling work." So they lie to point at me and somebody else. And they're like, "Okay, well, show us who they are." So the whores tell them who we are, and they grab you later. They showed your picture to everybody. And they're like, "Nah, I don't know him. But then they grab the real picture of you and take you and lock you up. But these 2 whores already done locked you up on a conspiracy charge. So you locked up on that conspiracy charge, but they really don't have any evidence on you. Now they take your picture and they start going to different locations.
Trying to build a case.
Yeah, so they go to different locations, and what happens is that people in general start saying, "I think I know him. I think I know him." Then a couple other people come and say, "I know him." So they show pictures of you, and they start telling you. And now the rest of them start coming together and saying, "Yeah, I know him. He did this, and he did this, and he did this." But the evidence that they talk about is circumstantial at the time. But when they get somebody to correspond with somebody else, now it's real evidence.
So somebody, like in your case, they didn't even know who you was. It was really because somebody said you was the boss. You was white.
Yeah.
When I was reading that, that's why I found it interesting. It seemed like that was some bull crap. If you ever seen some bullshit happen, for them to be able to submit evidence based off of people saying something, you know what I mean? To to create evidence out of air. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, you was gonna cook this. How you know I was gonna cook this? I might have wanted to have a party and snorted all my dope.
They,
You know,
they cook whiteys up for
but
him.
that's what I'm saying.
cook
So when
it
you
for him.
when you look at it like that, it's like
Then
shit.
they cook your
If they
wife
want
up,
you, they gonna.
then they turn your pot into crack. They turn,
They professional dope dealers.
yeah, they say white didn't know how to cook, so we gonna cook it for
for
them.
'em.
They professional dope dealers.
Yeah,
So what happens is this right here. When a prosecutor finds himself in situations, he become a local dope dealer. And with his expertise from all the books that he read on every single person, now he know the key words to use. Like, yeah, we can cook this and put baking soda here, put baking soda there. Hold on.
So I mean, it's like it. He's explaining like what happened, but me and Vern understand it is like you had a judge or a prosecutor that say, okay, boom, this dude got to go to jail. The only way we could give him this much time is if he was to manufacture this amount or have this amount. But we gonna charge you. We never seen you with none of these drugs, but Peter, Paul, Sam, and Gene said that you had gave them a quarter ounce this day. You gave them an ounce that day. And all of that became his evidence with no physical evidence. Except the what was it? It was a little bit of work they caught, but it wasn't all that they said.
now they put everybody together.
Yeah, they put
to
everybody
you.
work together. Yeah.
Everybody say whatever they got from you, they add it all up, and it belongs to you.
That's a cold play.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a cold play. Just to give a man life.
Man, the crack is cold.
It seemed like they went after him like, to me it seemed like a lot of stuff when I was reading, like, damn, they just made that up. Like, how do you first of all, none of the stuff that they have, like he said, is all hearsay, he say, she say, right? So a lot of times for you to get on a radar, somebody has to get him something to make them, or they, like, say once you come on a radar, I'm sure they start watching. You get what I'm saying?
Man, they be already when they get on you from
Well, because that happened with you, right?
to other people, like they stopped me one day, picked me up on some bullshit. So I'm like, ask me a question. Do you know this person? You know that person? I'm like, man, I don't know none of them people y'all talking about. They go in their trunk and pull out pictures of me with the people. They say, well, who is this? Still don't know. Don't know. Who is this right here? He pointed me out with him. So who is this? I don't know. Don't look for me. Yeah, they say, I don't know who I was. They said, we're going to take you down and let you sit and think about it.
Right.
Man, them folks had me down there so long. And when the sergeant came by there, I'm sitting on the bench, comes to the bench. They said, what you in here for? He said, I was eye fucking him or some shit, they said. Man, that man said, man, if y'all let this man go, they say, okay, you free to go. I said, man, I ain't got no ride back. They done drove me over here on, they done picked me up on my block on 43rd and Company Avenue, took me way over there to that Venice police station.
They wanted you to walk all the way back
Oh,
as a black man. You was going to get
Man.
mollywopped. Somebody was going to get you, whether the police or one of the gangs. Somebody was going to
had
get
us
you.
our little experience over in that area.
Hey, man.
You know, you messing with them bras, man. Me and DK, me, him, and Ronnie, man, we rolled. We over there by World on Wheels one night, right? So we see some bad bras in the car. So they like, what's up? What y'all doing? Let's go kick it, right? We ain't thinking. We done followed them over that street. Like you come to Venice, it's a little street. It splits off,
San
right?
Vicente.
So it wasn't San Vicente, it's a little street off of San Vicente.
Okay.
And you go up like a little hill. Man, we followed some bros up the hill, man. When we get up the top of the hill, man, all you had was gunfire.
As soon as y'all got up
They
there.
was set us up, had the niggas waiting for us. Oh,
Damn.
man, yeah.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
that's the thing that I always like. Kind of one of my. If I had a pet peeve, is I don't like females in the mix. You know what I mean? Like when we used to be out, I remember one night, man, we was out, we was doing our thing, and we go back, we get to the house. I'll go in the living room, I sit down. I noticed the homie come in. All right. They go to the other homie. Man, who the fuck? Who the fuck is all these people? I turn around, it's like 20, 30 people at the house, right? So, me, I ain't gonna say I'm paranoid, but I stay on the swivel. I gotta know who is who around me and what's going on. So, I'm like, man, hit the blunt. And then it just got weird. And I was like, okay, either this weed is weird or all these motherfuckers around is weird. Who is this broad? Like, why is this broad on the phone the whole time? Like, I'm watching this one broad. Oh, before I know it, she done called like 15 dudes over. But they wasn't coming in peace. You get what I'm saying? It's like, oh, it was a dummy move. We got lit. Everybody want to go back to the house. And now, your guard is down. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I be on, like, I don't trust bitches. I ain't gay. I just don't trust bitches. You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like women be the downfall of a lot of real dudes. You know what I'm saying?
They ruined kingdom. So they, you know what I mean?
Because you was talking about the, you know what I'm saying? You was talking about the how they indicted you, or that process of being indicted.
See, the whole thing about indictments, a whole lot of people really don't get it. They keep on speaking on them like they really been in that arena. But they've been state kids, so they never been in the federal arena. And the federal arena don't play by rules.
Not at all.
You know,
They make them up as they go.
yes, they make whatever rule necessary to put you in jail at that moment.
Y'all hear this, right? So, I mean, this is where we go back to us as people, where we always had this conversation about, oh, well, we need to focus on the people. No, you need to focus on the laws. That's if people focus more time on the laws, I feel like this. Blacks are out the game because we focus on colorism. That's just me personally. That's my opinion. It's nobody else's opinion. If we took the time to not just focus on the color of our skin and focus on how we're being persecuted as a people, how are we being persecuted as a people? Through laws. We're constantly persecuted. No matter how far we get ahead, they can make us some stuff. And I'm not saying they did that with Diddy. I'm not saying they did that with Bill Cosby. I'm not saying they did that with Kaepernick. I'm not saying they did that with Dave Chappelle, but it seems to be a thing like, oh, it's only so far you gonna go, nigga, before we cut your foot off. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I feel like our attack is not like the conversation. I feel like as men, we're mature enough to have a conversation that we understand we got to do men things. But then it's like, okay, how do we convince these kids to go to these city meetings? How do we convince even the people amongst us? How do we get them into those conversations about the laws? You know what I mean? Versus it always being well, we're impoverished, or that's a great focus. That shit ain't gonna change unless you change a lot of the laws. You know what I mean?
So I piggyback off something where you almost is on point, but the whole thing always leads to the same thing. You put yourselves in a position to be destroyed. Once Diddy did everything he did, he put himself in a position to be destroyed. White people didn't want to destroy Diddy. Diddy made them destroy him. It's like street dudes. They is already against everything because they in the streets doing everything.
Right.
And no matter how they try to cover something up, the people who look like us will talk to other people to get us knocked off. Because a whole lot of us get a point where they saying, we don't want to see you doing better than us.
That's the whole point.
So-
that's how the law always take us down. They don't never take us down. It's always one of us.
Right.
It's always one of us, whether it's through jealousy, through greed, however. The white people know that. If we want him, we just give him a little something.
That's the whole
And
point.
he'll help us get him. They put out the propaganda, and then we tear each other up with it.
So
We destroy each other. We tear each other down.
So I go back to this to you, Vern. It was like when you was on the road doing your show, it was never you doing something wrong. It was the people who was looking at you saying, how is he getting the money and we not?
Exactly.
And that be the whole thing. My downfall was, how do I make people more responsible to have more for themselves so they can take care of the other people around them? So when you do that, you find other people looking like he helped my homeboy reach the top, but we don't want our homeboys on top. We want our homeboys to suffer the same way that we suffering. So today, as you look at what's going on, I would say this: I don't have nothing against nobody, but in the 80s, the beginning of the 80s, what you seeing was Donald Trump doing right now. They did it to Black America. White America got together and came up with a clause called the crack law, and they went and punished all the young black dudes in America and started taking everything that we accumulated. So people are looking at what's going on, saying, man, you see what's going on? But they didn't look at it correctly. And 6 years ago, Trump said, I'm getting ready to tear up TikTok. Whatever it is, right? I'm going to tear it down. So what he did, he put everything in position to tear it down. And before he became president, the Supreme Court said, you're right. We're going to take that because they don't have no business owning something in America. Right. So
to have 170 million Americans' data and information.
So
that's
that's what you're looking at,
that's a
right?
big play.
So that's what you're looking
it's a
at,
numbers
right?
game.
But you guys looking at the wrong picture. That picture is painted for, they already done put legislation in place to say, oh, you're not American because your mother didn't swear herself in. And we got documentation from the case with Twitter saying that with you not being American, you can't own this company in America.
Where you collecting
Too much dollars.
Yeah. So now,
Capitalizing on
now, as
18 billion last year.
As when you seen in the 80s that all the black families was moving out of poverty and moving into something more substantial for themselves and their family, they came back around. We got to tear this down. Yeah. So the Mexicans have error by being on every street corner saying we taking over America. America was created and taken by white people. So we want to sit back and look at it and say, are they going to allow another race to come in America, what they took, and take it back from them? No. That's not logical.
That'll be like the slave master putting the slave in charge.
Right.
Not logical.
I mean, even
no,
that's what I was saying. Like when he signed the bill about the Mexican mafia and the drug crimes, it's like the cartel. But the thing is that the scope is so vague. Any Hispanic, and I'm just saying this, they can take it or not. But all you got to do is get caught with dope, and then they can say you're a part of this cartel, and then you end up you get what I'm saying, in the prison camp.
That's kind of slick what you said, right? So I'm going to piggyback off of it. It's a big wish.
It's a big, yeah.
And once it's being so a big wish, the word is just so outrageous, and it got so many different races that all you got to do is give Nancy a ride down the street, and you part of the conspiracy.
Yeah.
So this right here, what's going on right in front of our eyes, and people who have been to the feds just looking like, oh, I seen this play. Oh, they dead.
Right.
I don't give a damn what nobody say. They dead. Because the play, you seen ICE today?
Yeah.
ICE just start attacking in every state. They're kind of like, oh, that state right there can't be touched. What do you mean they white?
People looking at it, they're missing one thing. He put them on a terrorist list.
Yes.
That means special forces come knock you off.
I'm gonna show you. I'm
Bitch.
gonna show you something else that I watched the other night watching them. Right, when you're a governor, senator, whatever oath you took in them office, right? You swore when they swore you in, you promised to obey all federal laws.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you can be charged too. And what people don't understand, he might be a white boy, but hey, when you go against the grain,
Going against the machine.
okay, you love them that much? How the white, remember back when the slavery? Oh, you love them niggas?
Right.
Okay, you
gonna
nigga
come for
lover,
you.
okay. We come to your house tonight,
So it's consequences for all things, right?
yeah, and pull you up out of your bed in the middle of the night since you love him so much, hang from this tree with him.
So at the end of the day, here we are. We trying to set up different things to do different things. It's like me and DK was somewhere with Roman Gabriel's son, and they was talking my language, but they didn't even know they was talking my language. And Ron Brown, Rose, Dobbs, Anthony Miller, Vince Vavacamo, they was sitting down. We just started laughing, and the dude looked at me, and DK looked at me. He said, "Man, what's your name?" And I just started laughing because it was kind of funny to me. I was like, "Why?" And he's like, "Man, I know you. I see I used to take care of you."
Talk about Ron Brown.
Ron Brown, right? And then Anthony Miller looked at me like, "Man, you know me too." I was like, "Yeah, I took care of you in Vegas. I gave you a suite. You and David Fulcher was together." And Ron Brown turned around like, "This nigga been rich since he was a little boy." And Vince Farrakhan, all of them just looked like, "Who is he?" He been rich all his life. I'm like, "I'm not rich. Stop telling people I'm rich." Right? And it was to the point where you guys are the celebrities. I'm just a mere peasant. You know, call me King Peasant if you want to call me, but I'm just a mere peasant because you guys nobles. You guys understand where you're going. But it always comes back to the same thing when we have a conversation. You position yourself in life to take necessary steps to bridge gaps that you're going to get an opportunity to walk through another door. And when you get ready to walk through that other door, be prepared to have a conversation like you want to damn. And this what I'm trying to teach all the young kids. Bridge yourself so you can have a conversation with the other people. Because right at this moment in life, these brothers is not teaching these young men how to bridge themselves so they can be in a better place when they get older. Because right now, I would say this to the world and don't give a damn how they look at it. If you look like me, prepare to go to work, because the people is not at Home Depot. They ain't at none of these places right now because they know that ICE is somewhere around lurking, want to attack them and put them in jail. So, brothers, it's time for you guys as individuals to listen to your mom tell you, "Hey, you need to get out the house." If she got that much sense to tell her kid, you need to get out of the house and go check in one of those unions and get you a job, because this is the time that everybody needs to be at work, because the other community is on the run.
Yeah, because whether you like it or not,
Get out of it.
there's not going to be no safe haven states for the next 4 years. It's not everybody that see that people was looking at it like, the diversity and inclusion. It had nothing to do with just race. It had something to do with race, but they have to hire people that speak Spanish and English. The LGBTQT, all them letters, they getting insurance. People having these surgeries from men to women is sick in the hospitals, sucking. I'm just calling it like it is. This is what's going on. So the fight is not one-sided. It's not always about skin, and that's why I said the colorism part is what gets us confused more than anything.
That's the agenda that they try to push, and they push it to the black woman because they know the black woman is naive to everything. It all go all the way back to the Bible. Who was naive? Who the snake went after? He went after the woman because he knew she was naive. I can get her to do it. And they keep, only thing, like he say, everybody keep talking about color. It ain't all about color when they talking about that. It's more wrapped up into it, just like he trying to tell them, but people not getting it. If you don't, and I'm gonna tell you, as black people, we not gonna never get ahead. And I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm gonna get ahead.
Because we're not, as a people, we're not racist enough.
So
We love everybody else but ourselves. We always want to help everybody else. We want to embrace everybody else and pull them in our circle, but don't nobody put us in their circle. When they got something good, they don't put us in their circle.
So the greatest thing of the conversation that you're going to is that being an African American, you know, a whole lot of people say I'm not African American. I don't give a damn what you talking about right now. Being a part of this community, you guys gonna have to learn one thing: how to share with the community. The long as you continue to say, I can do better over there, you can continue to be destroyed from within.
They don't get
That's
it
a
out.
cold one. I mean, that's like the gatekeepers. It's like, I always said this, it's like, it's enough black wealth now, like for real, it's enough black millionaires, it's enough black money to change the trajectory of how black lives are lived, but all you motherfuckers is gatekeeping. Y'all don't want to see nobody in because y'all worried about who putting their finger in y'all butts. We gonna call it like it is. Y'all worried about all the parties y'all going to that y'all not supposed to go to. And instead of y'all wasting y'all time in them arenas, y'all could be in the neighborhoods really doing real programs. It's some of y'all that do. I'm not gonna say, but the ones that can help, y'all don't help. And that's just y'all don't. I don't see it.
But you know what we really got to do as a people to have the means to help the community, the black community. Stop giving your money to these charities and come and do something for your community yourself. Come in like Avery Johnson used to play basketball, then he started coaching, right? This dude, every year, out of his own pocket, he would have 10 houses built and raffle them off to single mothers. He didn't give no money, no charity. He had his own charity and he did it himself to where he knew where the money was going.
Or give it to black charities that are actually doing the work. It's like y'all sending money to Red Cross and the whatever other cross they got
What they
out
do,
there.
Salvation Army.
Salvation Army.
10% of that money they actually use to the cause. What percent? It's a small percentage.
The thing is, this is the truth, and I agree. Diversity and inclusion was a big thing, right? It was a big thing. It's a lot of people I know that make money from teaching diversity and inclusion, but how much of that money actually came to the community that was diverse? Not a lot, if none. We go to meetings all the time and we hear about all this money that's sitting out there that blacks can't qualify for because they don't have a credit score, they don't have a business that's been in business long enough. All this money is sitting there not being used because we simply either don't qualify for it or we're not those people because we come together and make things happen to build this unit that we have. But what we are acknowledging is it's not enough of that shit happening. It's just not enough of it. And people want to give to the biggest name. And it's like the biggest name going to take that money and he's only going to do 10% of what he can do with that money. And the rest of that shit is going in their pockets or into their foundations. Y'all got to start giving to people that's really out here putting in the work.
Yeah.
So you guys talking about different situations like the Red Cross, Salvation Army. They only here for when something happens.
Exactly.
And as soon as something happens somewhere else, they transfer their machine and go over there. So all the money that they capitalize on is never going to be used in the area where they're supposed to use it at. Because when you look at the Red Cross, you cannot pinpoint anything that the Red Cross do for people.
They just go to other countries and give out vaccines.
Yes,
Oops.
because-
I don't know. Wait.
Because that's the way that people recognize the Red Cross, by going to the African countries and like they don't have water, so we're gonna drill a hole for them. That's like the entertainers today. They are so caught up in the white structure of the world that they copycat it. Oh, we going over here to Africa. Africa don't need no help.
Nah, they don't.
I don't know what they talking about. Africa don't need no help. Everybody keep on hollering about Africa needs some help.
Africa
But-
got more riches than anybody on the continent.
They got everything they need in Africa. Now, when you talk about the black people in America, in these little places, the reason why the black people need help, because we do not take censors. So the black community would never get any money because they don't know the count of the people in the neighborhood.
The census is very important.
It is.
Yes.
And even when you like be in front of these grocery stores and Walmart and these people be trying to get you to sign these different papers and people, I don't have time. Like they ain't got a few minutes to spare to do it.
To get it on the ballot.
But then soon as something happened that they don't like, they be like, how they just gonna do that? The man had the ballot in front of
So
the
you
store
walk
trying to
right
get you to
past
sign
it.
it, but you didn't have time enough to sign that ballot.
It's a catch-22 though, because you can't be mad at the folks for being leery because of how we've been done in the past so many times.
I'm gonna dispute that. You have not been did anything to you in the past. I'm gonna try this again. A piece of paper can't give you Tesla, syphilis. A piece of paper cannot do anything to you. They sit back and they put it on the news that you do this, this, and this. And they repeat these things over and over again. And when a black man look at the news and see it repeated and repeated, and then the white people repeat it back, a black man say, oh, I'm not going to do that. Because they convinced him not to sign that piece of paper.
And that shit is handed down from generation to generation to generation until the one thing. Now, I will say this: we did bring up Puff. I will say when it came time to talk about doing some political shit, this dude was all over for Obama. He had to run the city. He made it cool for hip hop to talk about voting, right? That was something that he did do. Now, there's a disconnect because we're not voting for a black president. And I think us as people, that's where I get mad. That's why I say it's the colorism shit. It's like, man, participate all the time so we can change. Yeah,
the identity
no, we don't
politics.
need to do identity politics. We need to identify with the changes that need to happen and participate in how that happens.
That's going to benefit us. If you don't, like people, they only want to run out for the president. Everybody, if you get Trump, the governor that we got up there, the mayor that you got, the senators that you got,
Right.
those are the ones that really affect you. The president, he had two agendas. He has a domestic and a foreign agenda that he really is going to do. All the other stuff that's around us, if we don't put the right people in place, it's just like the DA that they just left office, right? He was a pretty much down-to-earth DA. He identified more with the common people, right? Like, y'all been getting a bad deal. Y'all do crime. We know everybody do crime. Y'all ain't the only one doing crime. The white people doing crime. Everybody doing crime. But y'all get
More numbers.
unfairly treated when you get arrested for a crime, right? We make it to where you're going to have a bond. If you can't get out, you can't earn no money. You can't pay a lawyer. So you got to deal with the lawyer that we give you. So you messed up. So you had a lawyer like that. All these little dudes running around. Didn't think, man, we need to keep him in the office because he do look out. No, they ain't do that. They let this new dude come in. They come from a family of prosecutors and police and all that. That's what they like to do. So now, when they start locking them up in mass, they're going to be sitting back talking about, man, it ain't fair. Well, you need to start voting.
That's kind of deep. So you gonna go all the way in it, or you gonna just leave it on that layer?
I'm gonna let you finish it off. Put the cherry on it.
All these bitches keep on faking like they like their kids,
Yeah.
and they won't take their ass to go vote. They faking like they like their kids. They send their kids
There's some
to jail
daddies
on a
doing
regular
that too.
basis.
'Cause y'all
send-
not going to vote.
I understand. The old bitches, they want to go take their ass for Pamela Harris.
They want to get
Let's be honest here. They want to go shake their ass for Pamela Harris.
And don't know why
But they knew this the district attorney that was coming in against that other district attorney said, we're going to put your kids in
jail.
fucking jail. And they were so enthused on shaking their ass for Pamela Harris that the person that they were supposed to vote in office, they turned their back on them and said, put my kid in jail because it's okay, because we are not going to vote for the man who's going to keep them safe.
And it is.
But you know, our people, I think a huge part of the problem in terms of, well, with regard to politics, is our people don't have any unity, especially when it comes to like putting money behind politicians for specific things for ourselves.
Right.
How many people sent or was interested in talking to you, right, about the political fact?
I understand that, but I'm gonna butt that. Again, they was too caught up in this race.
In
And trying to
entertainment.
get a black, all about
They was
black
too
colorism.
caught up
No,
in this race to not know what was going on here in California, where the men lined up with the rest of the crew and said, we're going to put all those black niggas, kids, in prison. So those young ladies knew exactly what they was doing when they didn't vote for that man.
Yep.
And it's not. It was
Dispute
another
it for
law.
me.
Remember,
Yep.
they took us
Dispute
back.
it for me.
They took us back to the 3 strikes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was so much stuff that
Because-
crept through this election for California, but it always boiled down to the same shit we've been
They know
saying.
how to keep-
Everybody distracted by the bigger, the president, but you're not even reading to see what the laws and stuff is about to pass in your own city. Like that shit is.
That motherfucker
Newsom
Newsom is a piece of shit.
is white. Why?
No, Pete, the misdirection they did. They have all California misdirected in hopes with their hands up like cups for reparation.
Right.
Whole time he blowing up dams and detouring the water and
To the ocean.
side deals with the motherfucking,
Electric
insurance
company. Electric companies too.
Now,
To make Cali a smart state.
oh man, I'm gonna tell you. No, I'm gonna tell you this. This gonna fuck you up for real. Newton didn't have nothing to do with it.
Newsom,
Didn't have nothing to do with it.
I thought he was the governor that signed for them to blow the dams up.
Say it over again.
He was the governor that signed for them to blow the dams up.
Who make the fucking legislation?
Wait,
The people,
No, who make it?
the people, the
Those
voters.
no. Those
I mean,
fucking
the Senate.
those fucking congressmen,
Yeah, the
those
Senate.
congressmen and those state senators,
Yep.
they made all the legislation and put it on his desk for him to sign. They destroyed everything about America, about California, to make sure they got the smart cities. Cam Bass don't got nothing to do with it. Newsom don't have nothing to do with it. They just the figureheads that run this state. Because he had no choice of the matter.
This is the thing. Even when you go back to the president,
If
this
he
is
want-
no. I'm gonna give you.
If he want to go further in his career, you'll sign.
Hold on
these
for a
papers.
second.
Wait, let's get this straight, because I'm having a jurisdictional problem here.
Okay.
All right.
Because the state do what the fuck they want to do. The state make their own laws.
Okay.
What I'm trying to understand.
So listen what you just said.
Yeah,
State legislation
yeah,
up in Sacramento.
right.
They did all of this,
Yeah.
not Washington.
No.
So they did it without Newsom.
Okay, listen,
Yes,
listen to me again.
It's like
Newsom answer to them. See, like, I'm gonna show you something else they did what people don't understand, right? And the reason why it made me pay attention, Donald Trump made me pay attention to it, right? And he was just dropping lugs because he fighting this race, right? He was saying, y'all ain't getting no reparations. Donald Trump said he keep feeding y'all that shit. He say, y'all House and Senate, they said they ain't giving y'all no money, but they finna give them some of the money. You know, he was letting you know who run this shit. He say, y'all to get rid of them. He said, y'all need to vote them up out of there. He said, because no matter what Newsom say, they saying no.
You know why they said no?
because it's going. All right. Can I show you? Can I show you a trick?
Let him
I'm gonna show you a trick, right? Remember, nobody was getting reparations because they wrote the colorism out of funding already. They already attacked that by saying we are not giving money to no minority individuals. The federal government cannot issue money to a particular minority. That was the first attack.
That was the federal government.
The
It was California on
who
state level.
on a state level, where do the state get their money from?
See, that's the whole catch, right? The state of California got their own money.
They got money, but when it comes to them spending their reserve, they generally the grants and all of that, like the infrastructure money comes from the feds. It's distributed from the feds to the state of California.
That's the infrastructure money. Now, what you saying got the merits, but the state of California got their own money. With them having their own money, they don't have enough fucking votes.
Right.
They got to have 75% of the of the majority to put it through.
But wasn't the Democrats in control of the House at the time?
You could be in control of the House, but you don't have 75%. 25% vote no. So you need that 75%.
To say
And
yeah.
the white people was not coming on that side with the Democrat, those 15% they need to get on the side with the Democrat to say, oh, we're gonna give you some money. It would never be that because they don't have a vote veto proof. So they'll never get no money. Every time people talk about this shit, it just insult their own intelligence by saying, oh, some white people in Congress gonna give you black people $3, $6, $7, $8 million a piece to have more money in us. It's impossible and insane for some black person to sit back and say, we're gonna get this from these white people, and the white people don't even like you.
I mean, that's the truth. Sometimes you gotta just use common sense.
Hey, but see, they get our people so caught up in. They could in the morning. They could start in on me, white, or anybody, and they'll make us look so motherfucking bad. They hate everybody in America hating us, and we ain't did shit.
That's how life is.
Yep.
I mean, not to be religious, but that's the idea of Christ, right? It's like a dude could be doing everything he can
But
to
you're
save
not
his community.
Christ-like.
No, but this is what I'm saying. I'm just saying the idea of Christ.
I meant to say, I just said it like
No,
that.
I know.
Understand what you're
Yeah.
saying?
But that's the thing is like they don't even see us as people. It's still in the Constitution. It's still in the laws.
You a third of a man.
We're not. It's like how do you not? This is what I feel like this. They not finna give us shit.
No.
They don't even recognize you as
gotta
being a whole man.
take what you want, and when we get our hands on it, we can't be willing to let this shit go.
What's your birth certificate say for you? What yours say?
I'm an African American. I was born in Africa.
You know what mine say?
What?
Negro.
Negro.
Mine say Negro.
No, you know what? Mine's 77. It might say Negro.
Mine say a
It
Negro.
might say Negro.
I don't give a damn what
What
it
yours
say.
say?
But I don't know. I don't even keep
Oh,
up
you
with that
probably
shit no
ain't
more.
had one
I
when
ain't
you
had
was
one.
born. When you was born, they had birth
It's a
certificate.
birth certificate.
You got.
Mine might say
Yours say
Negro.
Negro too?
I think mine say Negro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you guys like this, right? When I woke up in 1970 something, right?
When you woke up.
That mean he fell asleep like Rip Van Winkle.
You got like
back in the 50s and woke up in the 70s.
When I woke up in the
Oh,
70s.
so is that why you call yourself white? You thought of the Snow White thing?
No.
Because you woke up.
No, I woke up, right? When I woke up, I realized something. That a whole lot of black people don't like themselves.
It's the truth.
And when you wake up and see it, and you be on the street corner with your team, and your team looking at you, and all of us hungry, you know, I'm like, damn, how we gonna eat? And everything that came back to me when I woke up from this education.
Education. Yeah.
So I'm gonna say this shit right now. Let's be a real player now. You ain't the real player, but I'm gonna give you some game. Right? You know, when I woke up, you know, sometime in life, you can go through some doors, bookies, and all those places, and you really sleep because you don't even understand what's going on around you, and people start whispering in your ears, and you open your eyes a little bit, but they still closed because it's dark. Because everything what's going on in your house is a disaster. You're in despair.
Right.
And you're still trying to figure out what the hell going on. So as I was continuing on this journey, I was waking up and I was seeing what the old players was doing to the other players. And each time I seen something, it was like, oh, they don't like them. And then you turn around and look at the other thing, you say, ooh, they don't like them. And you keep on moving and you saying, how do I position myself to be different from them? Because you know you're waking up. It's like Japan. They bombed the United States of America, right? Mama Suka, something like that, he said, they just woke up a sleeping giant. So when they let me wake up, I understood what it took to put a team around me, make sure everybody gets some money, and try to wake them up in the process. Because they wasn't sleepwalking, because they didn't even understand the situation that they was under. They just knew they didn't have no food. They thought their moms took care of them good because, you know, they had food on their table. I know my mother did all she could, and we didn't have no food on the table because it was a lot of us. So when you start grabbing your team and putting them together, you start building a structure so the structure just don't fall apart. And once you put everything in place and you start seeing different dudes from everywhere getting a piece of that structure and they establishing their structure, life get easier. But here we are today, we look at the structure of the past and we look at the white structure and we don't have the common sense to restructure what they doing the same way so we can structure our foundation to be strong like theirs.
And you know what the problem is?
No.
This is the problem. It's a struggle with the young and the old. It ain't no struggle with the old. It's the young. They look at you, you trying to give them some structure because you done been there and you seen it. And you know what it is. And you know what it needs to be done to lift them up and get them out of this situation they in and help other people, right? Oh, you're old here. You don't know nothing. You trying to give it to them and they don't want it.
But that's okay. All that is okay. When I'm telling you, that's okay. That's just a natural occurrence from people who never had anything. Their whole thing is that you don't know what you're doing because I don't have nothing.
See, they, I guess, a different mindset. Because we sit back and I watch you get it. How could I be down?
So your mindset was different from these mindsets here because we go back again to the foundation that they under. It's already off balance because they trying to learn it from a woman.
Yep.
And whenever you try to put a structure together and a woman in charge of putting that structure together, there's too many emotional feelings attached to the structure. Mm-hmm. So the structure is never going to be strong because she don't have no metal in her back. So here you are today when you're looking at the structure you trying to put together, you structuring it so it won't have no leaks in it. It won't have no cracks in it. So here you are again stealing from the people you're supposed to steal the structure from. Because white America, Chinese America, African Americans, the ones that you keep looking at, they do have a structure in place. And we sometimes underplay our hand because we don't want to steal it from them and make our structure much stronger than it should be.
I think
They
that's
sure gonna take it from you. If they see anything that you doing and it's working, oh, they finna use that.
Yeah.
all right. Let's just say this. We know this. What laws are supposed to be for is to make us decent human beings, right? So let's say we as black people decide to let's just be decent human beings. Let's go to work. We gonna hustle quietly. We gonna stop killing each other. We gonna police ourselves. We gonna do all the shit, right? Because it's a lot of shit that we need to do. So it's like, okay, it's like if we know it's a bigger machine, right? We're part of the machine, but we know that these Caucasians are the head of this machine in this country, right? We know that. They the head of this machine, right? So they the head of this machine, and you want to be in the machine. Yeah, it's ways to be in the machine and function and not cause trouble. I think for us, this young generation, they got this young nigga mentality. That's what they call it, young, doing YNS, young nigga shit. Like, you know, it's, nah, we don't care about y'all talking about peace. We still finna go pop the ops. We don't care about y'all talking about us going to get education. We still finna go tell these broads to go work on the corner. You know what I mean? It's a little different. You know what I mean? And it's like,
But see,
how do we teach each other? Because in order to play the game, man, we gotta. It's like we really gotta play this game. You know what I mean?
you only can save whoever willing to be saved. But it's just like the Bible say, it's gonna be a lot left behind, and that's because they don't want it. But what I want you to do right now, what I'm asking you, because I really don't know what it is. Explain what a smart city is, because a lot of people out here don't know.
Oh, so a smart city is basically a city that'll run on clean fuel. So they won't be using gas lines. They'll use things like propane. They'll use electric stoves if possible. It'll be more driven by electrical energy. They're trying to get away and solar panels and stuff like that. What they're trying to get away from is emissions. All right, so that's one of the biggest things that the world, climate control, emissions, smog, whatever you want to call it. Even if you go back to the LA skyline pre-pandemic, it looks nothing like it looks now because it had time to rest. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you're not putting so much toxins in the air. People, like, for me, all right, I could say this. I look at stuff a little different, so this could be all speculation, but it was mighty strange that the biggest storm that could happen, the biggest windstorm happened, right? And we ended up with COVID. That was all all around the same time, and I'm not making it up. You can go look at the history yourself. But then also remember how much prior to that they were pushing the pollution and the hole in the ozone layer and the this and the that and the this. You put the world on a global pandemic, that reduces pollutants in the air. It does. It slowed down the manufacturing process. It slowed down the carbon monoxide being distributed from the cars. Go look at the LA skyline. When you used to look towards Big Bear, you couldn't see the shit. It was dirty. You look downtown, it was a haze. Yeah. Now we don't have that. And it's not something that I'm making up. It's just studying this geographics. Just like they play us with these wars. They tell us all the time they going for oil. They going for drugs. Y'all stop falling for the okie doke. I don't know what drugs they getting out of Ukraine, but whatever they getting, it's going to be a war on that next.
If they make California a smart state, who controls the carbon credits?
The city does.
You know what?
Each city in the state?
So like with carbon credits, the thing with carbon credits is you could so people that's going into business now, right? Like, this is the beauty about AI. We as people have to start being like using ingenuity, right? Like we created a lot of things throughout history, super soakers, kites, whatever you could think of is things that we created. Like the first heart surgery, we are innovative people. But now the biggest thing is this. The biggest gap is not just financially, it's digital. So if you build a smart city, right, in a certain part of town, where does that leave everybody else? In dumb cities, right? I mean, like, let's think about, I'm just playing with the words, right? That leaves us in dumb cities. If you build smart cities, the opposite of smart is dumb or stupid, right? So let's say we stay geographically in a place that's underserviced in internet providers, right? We're underserviced in technology, period. So it's like all these smart cities do is play into the gap that they want to create, because people are invested in crypto, and crypto can boom at any given time, either way, right? So that creates more black millionaires. It's so many other things, but you have to look at why they do what they do. It's like, okay, y'all got all this pandemic money, we gonna raise the feds. Y'all got the pandemic money now, y'all really not gonna qualify for houses, though you got the cash, because we're gonna make the feds so crazy, and your credit score gotta be at 800 now. You can't, you know what I mean? It's all a game, and sometimes we get distracted. We don't, because we have these conversations. But it's like, y'all gotta open y'all damn eyes, man, and stop thinking that it's about one thing, and it's a lot more going on.
What? When you mention, not you explain smart city, downtown LA been already in process, because I'm a builder. Everything downtown LA is all electric.
Mm-hmm.
All the new buildings, even all the old buildings, everything in them apartments is electric. Ain't no gas.
No, it's not. So,
And what they gonna tell you, the reason why they go electrical, they talking about because of earthquake.
so
So they been in the process of doing it.
it's like where I live at. People know I'm an asshole. It's fake. I live. Everything in my house is electric.
Yeah.
So when
They
you-
been on the
when they
move.
when they talk about smart cities, they talk about it because why should they use gas that's gonna blow up? It's gonna
Then it's
blow.
natural resource.
Yeah. So you can like everything on my house is solar panels. I got 42 of them on my house. I charge my car. I have no problem. My electricity bill is low. So what they basically are trying to do for real is transfer everybody to electricity. And when they transfer everybody to electricity, they can disturb your household at any given moment.
That's the catch.
Your car, everything. They force everybody to have
You
an electric
monitor it.
vehicle. They can shut you off anytime they want.
They can lock you in your car.
They can lock you in your house.
So-
You're monitored. That's
here
the
we
bottom
are.
line.
So we go back to this right here when we talk about structure. What kind of structure is you gonna build for your family? Are you gonna build a structure that people want you to build? Or are you gonna build a structure that you know have been working for the last 100 years? Sooner or later, we as individuals gonna have to ask each other, when I put this structure together, did I do it for me or did I do it for my family? Did I do it for me or did I do it for my friends and my family? So you're putting a structure together, and sometimes you're gonna get a whole lot of people rejecting you because they scared of success. Because success is a cold word to be used. They say, I failed, but you can fail every day. Vern, I'm gonna bring something to you where you're gonna just take it and you're gonna just laugh. How many times did you see the homeboys who was smoking crack come home from jail?
10, 20 times.
How many times did you see half of them blow? They hit the top like this
Yep.
because they got so tired of not having that they came home and they put themselves under the structure
Yep.
and they blew up. And
Talking about fast.
when they blew up, they was riding Roses and Ferraris
I haven't seen it.
because they went to a structure that was put in place, and they understood the structure because they sat down and played in it in a different manner.
You know the key thing a lot of people don't have. If you ever want to have something, there's two things you gotta have. You gotta sacrifice and you gotta have patience.
Of course.
If you don't have them two things, you're not gonna never ride.
So
You'll never ride.
So here we go back to the same thing all over again. Are you willing to do your job to make the people around you better?
That's what it's about.
You know, every day I sit at this table with you guys, I ask this question all the time to myself. Are you guys willing to do what you're supposed to do to be better? Or is you gonna just be content on what you're doing and stay in that same spot? Because as long as you're in that same spot doing something where everybody look at you and clap, you are not going nowhere.
No.
You're gonna be in that same spot until you take those other 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps.
Every time I ride on Ascot, I see it.
Yeah. So
I'm like, we grew up over here, and these same dudes are still right here, doing the same thing. Ain't got, man. I told one of my partners, right? He smoked weed, right? But he tried to sell weed, right? And he didn't get what I told him. I said, nigga, you gonna end up in a federal penitentiary and ain't got no money. Cause basically he's selling weed just to keep himself smoking. I say, the people on the outside thinking you doing something big and you ain't doing nothing, ain't got no money. And I say, when they run down on you, I'm like, you ain't gonna have no money. You already broke, they ain't gotta break you. You already broke.
I'm gonna show you something that people who is looking and they just haven't figured it out yet about us. They're saying where you guys came from and where you guys going. And so far, for the last 2 weeks, you guys have been upper, taking these upper steps. And people are looking at you guys saying, who are you and where you going? The question has not been answered yet because you haven't answered the question to the rest of the world yet. Who am I and where I'm going? I have not told you guys that because I have not put nothing on the platform for you guys to really see the steps that I'm taking to get past the gatekeeper. You guys talk about the gatekeeper like the gatekeeper really have control of something, but the gatekeeper really don't have control but over the people who trying to get past the gatekeeper. So when you sit back and you design stuff outside the scope, that's this other bullshit I be talking about. Outside the scope of what's going on, you slide through a side door and you put it on their desk, but you already intrigue people at all walks of life of who you are and what you represent and why you supposed to be there. So they want to know this, who you are, Vern, where you came from, and tell me why I should listen. Right. So here you are today, give them a reason. You should listen because I am the person that can take you over the hump. And this right here is what everybody's still asking themselves. Can you take me where the other people keep on telling me they could take me to?
Right. There's a lot of people that can't take you nowhere. They ain't getting you through no doors, no cracks, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, no. Now that is okay. Now that's a good point. Us as people, right? When do we say enough is enough of trying to bring the people that don't want to go where we trying to go? You get what I'm saying? It's like, damn, man, you not trying. Well, fucking stay on the ground. You know why do you always say like you gonna either get off the cold ground or you gonna stay on the cold ground? So which one you gonna do? We just, when do we as a people say, you know what? If y'all don't understand that we need this structure, man, y'all don't understand that we need this, then we can't deal with you.
I seen a interview with Michael Jordan, and people thought it was mean what he said, right? I didn't think it was mean. Somebody called him cheap because he walked in a McDonald's and the dude asked him for some money. He say, if you could say, do I have any change, spare change? He said, you can go in McDonald's and say, welcome to McDonald's, may I help you please?
You know what?
And people thought it was cold, but I'm like, he right. If you can sit here all day asking people when they come to the door, do they have some money? You can go sit up in there for 8 hours and ask people, can you help them and serve them something?
So I'm going to ask you a question.
That's a way to look at it.
I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask both of you guys a question. If someone walked up to you and asked you to buy them a hamburger, what would the answer be?
If they ask me to buy them a hamburger, depends on who it is.
What would the answer be?
Probably no.
Why
no, if they ask me to buy a hamburger, yes. If they ask me for some money, I would say no.
What the fuck am I buying my hamburger for?
Why wouldn't you?
Why should I?
If it's a kid, I'm gonna buy him a hamburger.
That's a kid. He not even supposed to get it. He supposed to go to the fucking hamburger, go to the goddamn supermarket, what I did when I was a little boy, and push the fucking basket and ask the lady, can I push the basket and get a quarter?
That's how we did.
This what the fuck the problem is today. These motherfucking women telling these people that it's okay to ask somebody for something because they sit back and they perform every fucking day like they somebody important and say, my body, my time, give me some money.
Right.
So they teaching their offsprings to beg for people for their money.
You remember the basketball player Joe Smith?
Yeah, I know Joe Smith.
Okay, I'm looking at the thing tonight on him. His wife, this is his wife, and she gonna film them having an argument, right? He found out. Somebody called him and told him, your wife got an OnlyFans, right? So when he confronted her about it, he said, you didn't think this talking about, she said, well, we're talking about it now. Told him just like that, right? Then she said, anyway, it's my body, my choice.
And she's right.
Wait, but that's his wife?
That was she. Yeah, they married. That was she told.
look,
she right.
Look.
That bitch.
Look,
Let me say this.
That's what she told him, man.
Your
That's all her
ass
choice.
is gonna get the fuck up out this house. Take
Oh, he
your
not.
body, your choice. My house, my
he
voice
not. He
is
did
get
leave.
the fuck out.
So she's right.
Yeah.
It's her body, her choice. But that don't mean she supposed to be with Joe Smith.
I would ask him for my cut. Me. Where's my cut?
Pimping is pimping.
It's your body, your choice. It's my choice to get my cut.
But she already made that clear that he ain't had no cut coming.
It's my body,
Remember,
my choice.
she having a conversation now, but how long has she been on OnlyFans?
She had probably been on that. She had been on that for a while.
She hustling.
Look, and get,
I'm doing good, baby. Look, why you mad? Look how much money I ain't asking
and the
you for
girl that
nothing.
was
No.
interviewing, the girl that was interviewing was going hard. She gonna talk about it wasn't talking about that's what men get when they don't pay their wife no attention. Girl say, so what do you mean by that? Not paying no attention. She talking about it's right there on my page. She could have went and seen it, right? So the girl come back. She say, how could he went on your page? You to say, yeah, my private page is this on your regular page, right? You just said the girl that told him went dug into your stuff and found it. She say so.
Wasn't like it was transparent, right?
Which was it like? You know, most girls like to have on their Instagram or something. They'll have something in the description
304,
tell you to go to their whatever.
They be using the
She
link
said-
tree.
She say it could have
click on
been.
the
She said it
links.
could have been visible like that if you say the girl had to go dig for it. She said, did she go dig for it? She said,
I mean, the whole thing is, women, you married. Let's start there. Your ass is married, and that
The
if you
ring-
got other dudes
the
on
ring didn't mean
OnlyFans,
a thing.
yeah, like what did the ring didn't mean nothing? What you taking your ring? I mean, like what are you doing on OnlyFans?
hey.
But I'm just saying,
he's like, no,
what is she
look.
supposed to be doing?
Ain't married no more.
Hey, man,
Take the ring off.
hold up.
Sheesh.
Hold up real quick.
Sheesh.
Hey, look.
Little whore.
I'm going to talk a little shit today, right?
Little
The
whore
birth
about
of empire, right? The birth of empire.
Okay.
I be trying to figure it out, right? I had no business talking about it. Dante did this shit. So Dante sent me a little snippet of something I did on the show the other day. I was talking about the game. I was talking about me jumping out of the roads at an early age. You know, the police put me in jail, tried to take me to jail, take me out of the roads, and they didn't realize that I was a school kid. This old square. But I'm the kind of square that built an empire in the 70s and 80s. And just talking about it today, I got like 5,000 people asking that question. It's 4,200 people asking the question of how can you build an empire at an early age and take so many people with you? I asked this question to myself, but I point at my other dude because they set me down describing to the rest of the world on just what we did in the 80s. And we done heard people say different things like you're not a legend, you're not a boss, you're not none of these things. But they still pretending to be something that they could never be.
Never was. How about that?
and here we are again telling the rest of the world we have walked through doors and people from different walks of life want to have a conversation with us about what we stand for and what we're trying to build. We're trying to build something for the young kids for they can have the ability to be in the film world, to be in the production world, just to be able to do coding and walk on the beach in house shoes and slippers and not never carry a gun in their lifetime. We are taking the information that we accumulated, that we have put in the hourglass. It's an hourglass. I have put all this information in an hourglass, and I recall it, and I have different conversations about it. And those conversations is really for you guys to take advantage of it and use it in a manner where when the rest of the community take a look at you, you're gonna be like 4 steps, 5 steps ahead of them because you already know where you want to go. When you can sit back and not use no drugs, do not do no drinking, you save every dime that you really have because you're not going to go buy some Gucci's to impress somebody else. Gucci is just a family name that Black America is paying so much money to be like white people. Gucci and Louis, they are sitting here laughing at you guys. Let me finish real quick, little brother, so you can have this. You can have this mic in a few minutes. But you guys are sitting back, distributing your money back to some companies that don't give a damn about you, where you guys can sit back and buy everything you guys need in South Central LA if you guys get together and do your damn job in the right manner. And when you do that job, you guys can restructure Los Angeles, and you can sit back and put smart areas in LA, and you guys can live just like these white people trying to live in Pasadena, Pacific Palisades, Monterey, and all those other places. So the time is here now for all you guys to come together and build something without having this misunderstanding that somebody's better than you guys. And this right here, what it takes right now for you guys to open your eyes and see what the world is throwing at you guys in all different manners. And it's telling you guys, look, you got a chance. We're getting ready to put all the Mexicans almost out the city for 3 years. And you guys can get your jobs, get construction license, and learn how to build right now in California City and all these other places where the land only costs $7,500. And it's time for you guys to open your eyes and realize land is land. And it's going to take 3 years to build those places back where they're at. So right now, somebody need to get with the rest of their brothers and sisters and say, all opportunities are knocked again. This is the 1975 to 85 crack era. And it's for Black people to take advantage of. Now you can have the mic.
What I would just piggybacking off what you said, how people run around and want to Louis Vuitton, Gucci. Those are family names, like you said, right?
Yes.
You had an opportunity right now, you can turn around and put your name, family name on the shirt and make an empire out of that. And have people that look like you supporting you and wearing your family name. So you had the opportunity. You ain't got to wear Gucci. You can wear your name.
I go for that. And you know what? This right here is the truth. They got Michael Jordans, and everybody wear Michael Jordans.
Right.
So if you build it, the other people will come and buy it.
And he done showed you.
And he went at it. He did something that nobody had did at the time as far as the contract and all of that. And I think that's the biggest thing that I learned from being around y'all cats like Black Dog, y'all. It's a lot of dudes, man, that's wise. So it's like when you get to hear and see, it really, for us, it's application. And I don't know where the application started. I think the application went to how quick we could go to jail. That's just my way of looking at it, because we had this whole, in order to be a real nigga, you had to go to jail wave. We always fall into the trap of proving ourselves to be dysfunctional when we could really prove ourselves to be functional. And even at that time in y'all youth, y'all was more functional youth than a lot of these dudes is functional adults. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just being real, like, to build the type of strategy, to come up with a strategy to feed the people around you, to do it, to continue to grow with those people and build and expand and see people put people on. That's the idea of the game. It's just that we not doing it with drugs. We trying to show y'all it's another way. Guide these kids, because the truth is the kids are the future. We was kids at one point in time, man. Some of us are standing here on mirror the stuff that happened in the past. So it's like you gotta, if this is what it's about, it's really about uplifting the community, and you start with the kids, because if y'all adults don't want to change, y'all gonna get left behind. I mean, it happens all the time in our community. Somebody has to be a part of the change. And we're standing bold and saying we a part of that change. You know what I mean? And it's up to y'all to take what we say or not. you know, a lot of times these Jews, man, it be so much game if you open up your ears and listen and not just listen, apply. I used to be guilty of not applying, but it's like, man, all I know to do is work. So all I'm gonna do is work, and that's what I expect from the people around me, and that's kind of like how it is. It's like ain't nobody sitting around trying to figure it out. It's like, hey, that's gonna work. Let's do it. We rather fail doing than to sit and wonder what happened. What if? You know what I mean?
That's a hell of a word, right? Fail, right? It's so much to fail, and it make me laugh so hard because you were set back and like, oh shit, he failed at what he did, but you didn't even see the play. It's like you can fail at many different things in life, and somebody else gonna walk on your side, just nod you a little bit, like get up.
Hey, most of all the men that have all the wealth in this country, do you know how many times they failed before they got it right?
You can't make an invention without.
I'm gonna say this right. This is some cold shit I'm about to say, right? You guys talk about Eli Musk, right? What is the big company that he owned before he owned Tesla?
PayPal, SpaceX,
PayPal.
PayPal.
Yeah.
He failed, but his failure was
somebody else's success.
Mm-hmm.
He thought he was losing.
Oh, I think he came with that Cash App too.
Cash App.
Yeah,
But
I think
his
that was-
failure.
The
his
dude
fail-
that came with Cash App, they killed that.
No, that was he just picked it up from us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Musk's failure was $8 billion.
Right.
So every failure to us, we assume that it's I never did, but people assume that it's a failure. To me, when you fail, you take something critical out of it. And some people didn't even know you failed, but you did.
Right.
But I explained this to you one day. You see that? And you looked at me like, what? We did good. Nigga, we failed the test. You know, we failed the test. And everybody like, what are you talking about? We pulled that off.
We did pull it off, but it was some bullshit.
We failed in so many different directions
Right.
that it was like, why nobody else seen it? Because nobody didn't know what we was doing.
Right.
You know, I look at Vern. Vern fails a lot.
Vern, you be failing.
Yeah.
Say you
You
can't
know.
keep that phone out his hand.
You know,
Vern up here pimping, bro. It's off fig hours right
I
now.
was checking the time
he would check.
Checking the trap.
because it's right there. It's a red light time down on Figueroa. You know, you get a special right now going on. You know, they took over what, you know, where Church Chickens used to be at, right there on the corner of Manchester.
I heard they were making hot dogs.
They running the drive-through through that right now.
Oh,
Damn.
Yeah.
you know.
Right, dude.
Yeah, and your boy down there, your boy running shotgun.
Ricky?
Oh, no. Pippin Dino.
Pimping Dino.
Oh, he's nobody. He's not even a real failure. You know, he's not even a real failure, right?
Dino say he got some news that you can use and a hoe gonna choose.
So, like I said, he's not really a real failure. Because when I seen Dino's a pimp, I guess. When I seen Dino,
He's a pimp, I guess.
you know, I'm not a hater. You know, I'm a real fly motherfucker for real. Let me talk this pimp shit real quick. You know, I can really talk this pimp talk. I just try not to. My wife tell me don't start that shit. You know, I'm really about this bullshit because I come out of the house with a full of pimps, right? So I say, Gino, he popping it at me. I say, yeah, what's going on? He said, yeah, I'm Gino. I got hoes everywhere. Got 2 Cadillacs down the street, but all of them broke down. I'm like, what? And you know, he for some kind of reason, it was Labor Day, right? And the nigga put some beds and some mattresses on the Cadillac, and the Cadillac looked like what it was.
Beds and mattresses on
Yeah,
the
and Vern like, yeah, Gino was a pimp. I said, well, last time I seen Gino, it was a whole lot of years ago, and that nigga was working a real job, right? And he looked at me and said, what you mean? I said, nigga, you just came off the porch in 2021. You fake
I'm gonna
ass,
show it
pimp
to you.
ass nigga.
Hey, this is what Whitey's talking about.
know.
With Pippin Dino, y'all listen.
You know.
This is what Whitey's
Yeah,
talking about
yeah.
right here. You know, this is dedicated to one of his dead hoes. You know what I'm saying? He say He was pimping so hard he had the bitch chained to the bed. She couldn't even go to bed.
Listen, and this was the bad thing about it, right? This pimping shit you talking about, right? You know, I'm an asshole, right? I was on the strip a long time, right? I was kind of young, you know. When you have cocaine, you got cocaine. You know, cocaine is bad motherfucker, and it's white. And you know, there's a whole lot of whores down there. They're Chinese and white and black. So when you go down there and you put on this performance, you know, your little boys jumping out of the Cadillac and bitches looking at you, they trying to fuck with you and they trying to break you at the same time because they think you're a young trick. And my brothers sitting down looking at the performance. They look at me like, nigga, who you think you is? I said, shit, it's pimping my blood, right? It's pimping with me, right? He's like, nah, nigga, you this old dope dealer. I said, yeah, boy, but you need to cut the middleman out. Let's give me the motherfucking money. You don't understand what I'm saying by that, right? I said, instead of these whores putting their pussy, that money in their pussy, they should just walk up when they see me. I'm gonna give you niggas a hit or so. I'm gonna give niggas a hit, but just give me the kiss ass because I'm gonna break you motherfuckers, right? Because you know when you have a sack, and the sack was my size at a tender age, you know, I was a tender trick. But you know, I ain't saying it like that because when I went to school with the players, you know, I sat back and played basketball, did all the other shit. But when I got out of school at 3 o'clock,
It was on.
it was a lick up and a brick to be broke. And I did both of them. I hit the lick and broke the bitch. I made sure I broke the bitch, right? So you understand what I'm saying? You looking at these whores on Figueroa. I was looking at these whores on Sunset and Fairfax. And it was White Hole, was Joe Cato and HB. They had whores everywhere. And when I just looked, I just shook my head and I just laid in the bed the other night and I just thought about when I was young. I looked at my wife. I said, damn, babe. 40 years since I've been fucking with you. I remember when you used to have a bad, super bad body. Now your ass is kind of old, you know, but I won't trade your ass in for nothing in the world. But, you know, pimping must go on. And,
right.
you know, I'm not trying to break another whore. I'm just trying to break the industry out
What you
of
told
something.
her? What you told her? You ain't my bottle, bitch. You my last. Ain't got that another one.
Ain't got no other one, baby.
You the last one.
You know.
You the last one standing. The rest of them gone.
Man,
Damn, that's kind of fucked up.
got him.
Just because I'm kind of old now, you know. You know, but pimping must go on.
The show must go on, baby.
You tell her, say you ain't my bottle, bitch. You my only. I ain't got no more.
I retired.
Hey, jump ship.
Hey, you know what? I told her, I said, my other dudes, they single, and she said, baby, whatever you talk about, you need to go back and talk to those niggas and tell them you'll never be single again.
Get that up.
Oh yeah, my nephew was so we talking to pimp shit. He say, "You niggas ain't no motherfucking player. Mama done been hit y'all whoop for 30 years."
So wait a minute, hold up. See, my son.
He say, "You niggas," them niggas say, "You niggas got wives. Y'all ain't no motherfucking players."
See, my son didn't say that, right? No, I'm talking shit now, right? My son told me he was gonna sue me. The son of a bitch told me he was gonna sue me.
Oh yeah, cause you fucking up the name.
I'm fucking up the pimping name of Whitey, right? He said, you fucked the family name up. You done got soft. You don't know how to ask a hoe for no money. You don't do nothing no more but take your motherfucking ass home at 9 o'clock. I'm like, what the fuck you saying? He like, yeah. I said, man, you fucked the name up, you motherfucker. He like,
The truth be told.
well, I just had a problem. I said, what's the problem? He said, you know, the meth was calling my name, and the whore was with the meth, and I just got fucked up. He said, they ought to take your ass to prison because you fucking up. And he like, what you mean? I said, you dirty, you ugly, and you fuck the family name up. Piece of shit, motherfucker. But
That's my partner, man. Leave my partner alone.
But the motherfucker, I'm still kind of fucked up on what he said. That motherfucker had the audacity to tell me
That you was fucking up the
that
name.
he gonna sue me.
Hey, I asked you. I say, you really go through this thing? He said, I got to. He said, I got to. It's a rule. He said, he broke the rules, so I got to sue him.
The son of a bitch told me that I broke the rules. How can a motherfucker who invent the rules break the motherfucking rules?
Oh,
You
man.
know, this pimping shit got to come to a stop. But his pimp hand is so fucked up.
He say the fucking
my
family
God.
name up.
That nigga said, I fucked up the family name.
Little Stevie crazy. Man, look, we done had a great time, man. Rest in peace, Black
Hell no.
Dog.
Black Dog, fuck you. You helped Stevie fuck the
Dog,
family.
my dog,
Black,
man.
no, Black Dog helped little Stevie fuck the family name up. You know, every time I turn around and look at Black Dog, he say, give little Stevie a couple dollars. I say, he already fucked the name up. He say, he only gonna get high a little bit longer. He gonna be all right. Now, Black Dog dead as a motherfucker. Little Stevie crying. No, he's not. Little Stevie ain't crying. Little Stevie ought to be dancing on his grave right now with that motherfucking shit in his hand. He fucked the name up. He fucked the game up. But Buster told me something slick today.
Buster, that's my guy.
Buster said, Dad. I said, what? He said, you're not going to believe this, but I need to talk to little Stevie. I said, for what? He's full of that shit. He said, yeah, I'm going to tell him something like this. Since Stevie don't listen to podcasts, it's okay, I can say it to the rest of the world. Buster said, man, you fucked up and left me. I don't have nothing. Daddy don't want to give me nothing. You dropped the ball. You don't want to get no money no more. You fucking with that dope, and you left me and the kids by ourselves. I said, that's going to work? He said, yeah, I'm going to tell him. Dad said, the only way I'm ever going to get something in life again is you give it to me. I said, ooh, that's a game.
That's game.
I said, you need to try that. He said, as soon as that nigga walked through the door, Dad, you know, I'm a Robinson. I'm a fly motherfucker. I get it all from you. Make sure you get that nigga the phone. I'm going to sit on the phone. After I get finished talking to him, I hand my daughter the phone, and she's going to start crying.
Buster got it mapped out. He got to map it out.
And he got to figure out, is he going to put that shit in his mouth or get back in the game? We're going to close on that, fellas.
Hey.
It's been fun. We from Whitey's Enterprise, but we really from the Enterprise Podcast. I'm here with the crew. They fucks over me every day. I accept it because I understand how it go. When you slip, you fall. You just got to pick yourself up. But you ain't never seen Once About a Time in America. Once About a Time in America, the dude slipped. He said, I slipped. The dude said, nah, you got shot and died, but we're going to pick you up and bury you. So we ain't going to try to bury nobody here. Vern's going to get his ass off the ground. Dante going to do something slick, and Vern and DK going to try to figure out how he's going to fix his chicken shit life. But I'm going to pass this to Mike because I'm Whitey. I'm out of here.
What's up,
It's been
Mike?
fun.
What's up, Mike? Good night.
Mike, close it.
Close it out, man. He done got up without closing it out, man.